All right, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. Sorry about the mix up. I wasn't feeling too hot earlier, but I decided to stop being a bitch and decided just to do the live stream. I'll tough through it, whatever I got going on, which is again just a little tired, under the weather, feeling like dog shit. And I'm feeling like dog shit because I'm on a diet that requires me not to eat anywhere between 48 to 72 hours. So that's why I'm in the first 24 hours right now. I just hit the 24th hour, and I feel like whatever. So I'm just gonna deal with whatever it is, and that'll be that. But give me 2 seconds to get rid of something. All right, bingo. All right, thank you for the 5x5, Sam off grid, Susie D. Thank you for the 5x5, Joe, J Dog, Eli, South Florida CDL, Vision Preparedness. Thank you for that 5 full homegrown, WTC, Shadow Prepper, Groundhog. Thank you for the 5x5. Again, appreciate it, guys. Yeah, apparently I'm on a dog shit diet. And my buddy's breaking my fucking nuts about it, too. Pretty much telling me to go through with it, but don't do it again. That's one way of handling it. So he's just like, don't exercise tomorrow. He's like, coming back into eating, you got to eat, like soup and shit like that. You can't eat heavy. And don't overeat on the 4th to 6th day. In the future, it's easy to do 14, 18, then eat during the day. All right. So, anyway, guys, appreciate it. I'm going to have my second live stream tonight. I figure I'll be continuing this diet tomorrow. I'll be at 48 hours. I'm probably going to be completely useless. So let's get it out of the way today and, move on with it. So, someone was asking the Planet Fitness hat. Look, I was always wondering for years, guys, when we watched the ball drop at NYC downtown Times Square. When you watched the ball drop for years, man, I was like, where did he get those hats from? Not that I wanted one, I'm just like everybody has one. So when the guy dropped off the hat, man, he had like 2 bags and he's dropping it off like he's being like a ninja about it. He's like sneaking through the crowd. He's got the bags like close to his chest. He's sneaking through. Then he looks over the gate. He looks both ways. I'm like, what is this guy about to drop off? He drops the bags off and all but runs. And then people flock to the bags, rip the bags open as if there was like a meal in there. And they start fucking. I was like, holy shit. Get out of here. So I didn't. I mean, and those hats had to be gone in maybe 20 seconds, maybe. And then like one guy, he grabbed like 5 at a time. I don't know if he was gonna wear all 5 of them or whatever the fuck was going on. But yeah, that was dumb. So um, that whole thing, guys, is a shit show. Next year, if I'm still in the city, which I most likely will be, I'll see if I can get closer before the ball drops to show you guys what that mayhem looks like. Um, it was easy to move around until I got to that one spot at 42nd Street. But that, guys, is, as far as crowd goes, a bad place to be. As far as a terror attack goes, I don't see one of those happening unless we let it happen. That thing is well guarded. The streets are blocked off about probably 3-4 blocks before you get anywhere near Times Square, so that whatever vehicle it is can't build up momentum to crash through. That makes sense. So they have cars. They have barricades, wooden barricades in the first block. Second block, some of the blocks had vehicles in the way, and then the last block had all the vehicles in the way. So, yeah, anybody trying to drive anything in would be hard. Anybody setting off themselves, like a vest or whatever, That's an entirely different ball game. And that is it's harder to detect. And if you had a few guys to do it, you can get away with it. But that's way harder to detect. Plus, to get to Times Square, you have to go through checkpoints, and you get searched anyway. So maybe if you hit the outskirts, you can get away with that. But to get into the actual stage, if you will, the actual Times Square, that would be next to impossible. Yeah, Patty C, I did move it to tomorrow, then I moved it back. What I did, like I said, I felt like shit. But what I started doing, I got on a stationary bike. I got my energy back up, stopped feeling like a bitch, and I said, let's get on with the fucking show. We're not going to let, a little bit of weakness, if you will, from not eating fucking stop the show. I shit you not, guys. Probably by tomorrow, I'm going to be like a little Ethiopian kid on the fucking floor, wanting a bowl of rice or hot cereal or whatever the fuck they feed those kids. But yeah, it's just something I'm jump starting my body transformation bullshit, if that makes any sense, and then getting back into a normal diet where you're eating actual food. Groundhog, thank you for that. So anyway, guys, with that being said, I really didn't have this show prepared today because I felt like shit all day and I was dragging my feet. But with that being said, there is, not that there is, are there crises brewing for 2024, right? So being that we are only the second day in, is there anything major coming this way? Now, according to YouTube channels, you got a lot of shit headed this way. And granted, guys, I think we're going to see a lot of screwed up things. I don't think Sam Off Grid, thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. I don't think we're going to see a financial collapse, at least not this year. We definitely will see it in our lifetime. That is without a doubt. But as far as it being something that's going to take out society, I don't see it. I think the powers that be, guys, they control everything and anything. And, with the financial collapse coming around the corner, there's a lot of people talking about that. Now, we're going to talk about that later tonight on the Angry Truth channel. I'm going to touch on a couple things about the financial collapse and what's being said. But as far as society collapsing this year, no, absolutely not. I don't see it coming. I don't see how. I don't see it coming only because, like I said, the powers that be are controlling it. Now, if a curveball event happens, a black swan event, if you will, happens, then yes, we definitely have problems. Do we see more potential conflicts happening? Yes. I'm going to look that up right now. But there was a couple of countries that people are staring at, if you will, because it's not looking like it's not looking good for those places. Now, I know a lot of places are, and excuse me if I pronounce this wrong, Myanmar, am I saying that right? Myanmar, right? They're looking at a potential civil war. If I'm not mistaken, Myanmar descent into chaos in 2021 when a military coup overthrew the democratically elected government led by Aung San, whatever the hell his name is, and sparked widespread civil protests that eventually morphed into an armed resistance. Again, this is if I pronounce this wrong, sorry, Myanmar. The country, home to 135 ethnic groups, has rarely known peace for years before the coup. There was ongoing, low-grade civil conflicts between the military and several minority ethnic groups who have long sought control over the natural resources in their region and independence from the state. So seemingly other ethnic groups want to break away from Myanmar. Again, if I'm saying that right. Myanmar. And it used to be Burma, yes, right? If I'm not mistaken. So apparently, if these conflicts break out, Myanmar is going to be something different. We shall see. Now, as far as civil war in this country, because someone brought up Civil War II, Electric Boogaloo. Nice going, Gunslinger. But yeah, I don't see that happening yet unless something crazy happens this election. And even then, I'm skeptical because I don't know. I don't know if people have the balls, the brass balls to actually set something off. I don't see it happening. Mali is another country that people are paying attention to. A nation in turbulence. I think Mali has been a nation in turbulence. That region has been in an uproar for decades. So I'm not surprised when I saw this on the list of possible conflicts or civil war popping up for 2024. So in Mali, a nation in turbulence in the Sahel region of Africa, tensions escalated throughout 2023 and now threaten to erupt into full-scale civil war. Mali has long battled insurgency activities. Notice the wording insurgent activities like they're trying to play here in the United States. In 2012, Mali's government fell in a coup, and Turkic rebel-backed an Islamic militant group seized power in the north. The United Nations peacekeeping mission was established in 2013 to bring stability to Mali. Then in 2015, key rebel group signed a peace agreement with the Mali government. After that, two more coups broke out in 2020 and 2021, where military officers consolidated their powers and said that they were to restore the state's full territorial control over all of Mali. Now, I find that to be very dangerous when any country does it. A lot of countries breaking apart and certain rebel groups taking control. I could sort of see that happening here if we went to full-scale civil war. I could definitely see this country being broken up into parts, as a lot of movies and books and even historians have said could happen here in the United States. But I think, guys, it would take a lot for that to happen. I don't know. Can you smell the pizza? You know what's crazy? I was walking down the block, man. In this block, there's no pizza shop. I smelled pizza. I was like, shit, I'm dying. I'm about to have a seizure. But anyway. So Mali, again, which is a really shitty state, shitty country, they're about to break out in a civil war. Widespread civil war in Lebanon. Now, I know Lebanon is right now in the middle of some shit with what's going on in Israel. In 2019, widespread civil protests broke out in Lebanon against its leaders, who were perceived not to be addressing the day-to-day needs of the population. The situation continued to deteriorate with a reshuffled government, escalating economic crisis, and massive port explosions that exposed corruption in the parties or practices. The International Monetary Fund criticized Lebanon in September, which was last year, for a lack of economic reform. The Lebanese government has also failed to reach agreement on appointing a president. No shit, I didn't know that. Pakistan, another state that's looking to jump into a full-scale civil war. Since Pakistan's independence in 1947, military has played an intravenous role in the politics. Though Pakistan leaders are popularly elected, military officials have at times removed them from power. In 2022, Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan fell out of favor with the Pakistan's military leaders, and he was subsequently ousted from power in a parliament vote and later arrested on charges that his supporters claim are politically motivated. Of course that happened. Violent demonstrations broke out nationwide after his arrest, a display of anger against the military that was once unthinkable. Pakistan faces spillover over instability in neighboring Afghanistan and increased terror attacks. These security challenges have been compounded by a struggling economy and ongoing costs from their devastating 2022 flood. Pakistan is fucked. Pakistan and all of these countries, guys, having the same situation all at once, obviously it's going to boil over into something bad. And Sri Lanka, which I just learned about reading this, I did see something early last year or late last year sometime that Sri Lanka was going to have its own, again, another civil war. Now, the civil war would be between the people and the military. Sri Lanka faces a debilitating economic crisis in 2022 that led to critical fuel, food, and medical shortage. Civil protests caused then President, I'm not going to play myself and pronounce his name, to flee the country. He was quickly replaced by a current president, Ranil Wickerbasker. I'm pretty sure that's not his name. Stability returned in 2023 as Sri Lanka began implementing economic reform as part of a bailout agreement with the International Monetary Fund. However, widespread dissatisfaction and political elites and the underlying drivers of the country's economic hardship have not been addressed and or met. Elections are also due in Sri Lanka of late 2024, while Wickerbasker and the incumbents are likely to run for a second term. He has low trust with the public and is most likely not going to get elected. So those are the places to look out for the next outbreak. You also have India and China, which supposedly India is part of the BRIC Pact and China's part of the BRIC Pact. They're not supposed to attack each other, but there was a little skirmish earlier this year. There's also Venezuela threatening to invade Guyana. That's still on pause as of right now. There is also the subsea sabotage off of the coast of Ireland. That's something to pay attention to. And then there was something, Jesus, I can't remember the name of that country. They're having a problem with a group of people. And Azerbaijanis. The Azerbaijanis and another country are having an issue right now as we speak. Then they're talking about the Russian Navy in the Abkhazia, I can't pronounce it. I don't know how to say that. And the Taliban threat to Pakistan. Apparently, Taliban has been giving it to Pakistan over the last couple of months. That I was unaware of as well. So seemingly, guys, Ukraine, Russia set off a lot of these. Though a lot of these issues, guys, have been ongoing for decades. A lot of them are going to spill over next year. Now, there's also this interesting possible conflict in the Arctic. So Arctic NATO with Russia. Apparently, Russia is making a stand in the Arctic, and a lot of countries are all of a sudden having interest in the Arctic. There's a lot of theories about what's going on in Antarctica. A lot of things, a lot of theories about what's there, what people found. Some people are saying it's oil. Some people are saying it's alien technology. Who the fuck knows? They're not, and there's nothing clear on what's and why there could be a conflict in Antarctica, right? There's also Belarus, the collapse of Belarus, which can also turn it into civil war like anything else, right? We have a collapse here in the United States, a total collapse here in the United States. We could possibly see civil war. There's a possible coup in Cameroon, and then there's also, and that was it. Sorry. So again, guys, there's a lot of conflicts going around. One shot, one kill. Thank you for the pizza. People keep bringing up pizza, and I smelled pizza. Armenia and Azerbaijani. Thank you, Christian Prepper. Thank you for that. Armenia and Azerbaijanis are also, that's another conflict that people are watching, that are watching closely. Then there's also North Korea and South Korea. That's another one that people are watching very closely, as North Korea keeps making more threats about bombing or missile launching. So there's also that to consider. Yes, Adriana, the world is on fire. That's the crazy shit. We're watching this shit all over the world. We're watching all of these countries possibly going to civil war, and or totally collapsing or having a coup. Now, maybe because we have more media sources is why we're running into more of these articles. We're being aware of it more. So I need pizza. A lot of people are like, yo, get yourself some pizza. Yo, Christian Prepper, no, I did not feel any shaking today. If it did happen earlier in the morning. I think around 4 or 5 o'clock. I was asleep. Plus, it was further downtown. They said it was a small earthquake, and that earthquake set off manhole fires. So, yeah. That being said, guys, an earthquake in Queens, and they're not sure where the epicenter was, where the center was, but they said it was a small one in Queens, but they didn't say whether the epicenter was like somewhere else. So if in fact that earthquake was in Queens, that is a bad sign because we don't have earthquakes here in New York City at all. And if we start having earthquakes in New York City, that is a bad sign for something else to come. Because this city, guys, can't afford anything over a 5. A 5 on anybody's scale is going to decimate this city, right? Maybe even lower. The pizza's calling your name. Yeah. Well, listen, I'm gonna after this, after my I'm going to bed, man. Going to sleep. I'm gonna figure out 8 hours. I'm probably gonna dream of pizza in my sleep, but nonetheless, I'm gonna take 8 hours. Then I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna handle that 9 hours, and then I might end the diet tomorrow, or just wait till the 4th and then end the diet then. And at 9 o'clock at night, I'll have a bowl of soup or some shit. I don't know. Annette said she didn't feel anything. Yeah, listen, I didn't feel a fucking thing. But for the earthquake, or whatever it was, to set off the manhole fire, or manhole explosions, rather, because they said there was a report of explosions on Roosevelt Island that had a fucking response. And then they said there was fires in the manhole and there were reports of explosion. And then an article comes out saying, an article about 12 hours later, an article comes out later saying, oh, it was an earthquake that caused it. Motherfuckers. So, I'm trying to find the article where I read that because I thought that was pretty interesting. So we can possibly. Yeah, all right, here it is. Let's see if I can pull up the story. Now, earthquake rattles Queens may have caused Roosevelt Island explosions. These motherfuckers. Okay, fuck it. You know how you press the. Give me 2 seconds. So now, of course, the Washington Examiner, they title it New York Explosions That Knocked Out Power Caused by Rare Earthquake. Now, keep in mind, guys, for those of you that don't know, Roosevelt Island is an island that's between Queens and Manhattan, right? It's a weird island with a lot of weirdos who live on it because every person I met that lives on Roosevelt Island seemingly a little weird. That's just me. It's just a weird place to be. All right, anyway, so minutes after a 1.7 magnitude earthquake struck New York City early Tuesday morning, 60 fires and medical firefighters, I don't know what they mean by that. I'm probably going to say 60 firefighters and medical personnel were all called to a report of an explosion. In the early morning hours, several people posted questions online about explosions on Roosevelt Island. Residents on the island enclave were baffled by the loud noises. Anyone feel the earthquake? Yeah. That's stupid bullshit. That people ask questions on social media. They go to Instagram. Did you feel that? How about and then whatever. I think that's stupid when people do that. Another social media user described the scene. Just heard a loud thump explosion, like the sound in Roosevelt Island, and there were 4 choppers above the skies monitoring the area. Now, anyway, U.S. Geological Survey, the epicenter was in Astoria, which is located in the borough of Queens, during a press briefing on the earthquake. Mayor Adams states he didn't feel anything. Who gives a fuck what he says? Anyway, again, guys, John, thank you for the donation. Appreciate it, man. An earthquake, guys, in Queens is not fucking rare. It has never happened. From what when I started prepping, I looked up earthquakes in Queens, and they said there were minor earthquakes, but that was from other places like upstate New York, which there's a fault line up there, out in Jersey, and then there's one in the ocean, in the Atlantic Ocean, right off the coast of Long Island. But for an earthquake to happen in Queens, that is very rare, and people should not even rare. That never was. Now they're gonna tell us that it's rare. Then they're gonna like, oh, it's happened before, back in 1819. Whatever those fuckface. Earthquakes in New York City are super uncommon and not unprecedented. Bullshit. The last tremor to hit the region occurred in New Jersey, and Yonkers were last May, which were registered at a 2.2. Again, guys, in Queens, fucking rare. Yonkers, like I said, upstate New York, or people don't consider that upstate New York, but upstate New York and Jersey, yes. In Queens, no. So anyway, that's something to keep in the back of your head, that we can absolutely see something more coming out of that. And it was a 1.7. Now, with the one thing that the U.S. Geological Survey is not saying is that they're going to monitor it, because even they're fucking stumped. But they can't say that. They can't be like, well, you know what, we're a little baffled by this shit. They're not going to say that because that's going to scare people. But they're absolutely going to monitor this, because when I started prepping and I was looking up earthquakes in Queens, in New York City, it's never been. It has never been a thing. We have felt earthquakes, but we've never had an earthquake or been the epicenter of an earthquake. But again, it was a 1.7, so it's not the end of the world, but it's definitely something we should start looking at. Now, a lot of people heard about the earthquake in Japan, right? And then Japan also had that insane plane crash where the commercial airline clipped a Coast Guard airline, killing the Coast Guard plane and everybody on it, landing their plane and getting all 300 and something passengers off just before the plane was fully involved. I thought that was pretty interesting. But yes, it's seemingly so, guys, that one earthquake happened somewhere else. There's another earthquake in another part of the world, and this might have been it. We might have been that. Now, for those of you that are interested, look up Roosevelt Island, look up the map. Again, it's a pretty interesting place, a weirdo island to live on and to build on. Nonetheless, that place there too, to get to Roosevelt Island, get off or on, you have to take one train to get onto it. If you don't, you can take the bridge, which can be up or down depending on what boats are passing by. Fire trucks, ambulances, police cars have a problem getting onto it. Now, I think there used to be a firehouse on Roosevelt Islands. I don't know if they're still there, but I remember hearing about that years ago. I could be wrong. But yeah, guys, interesting shit. Now, as far as society collapsing this year, I don't see it. Do I see all hell breaking loose if with the elections? Yes. If Trump wins the election, I see all hell breaking loose. Not that I don't like it. I'm sort of looking forward to him winning. Though, if they keep playing this game that they're playing with him, I don't know. No, New York City can't handle the tsunami, RWD channel. Definitely not. Though, depends on where it comes from. Because in the movies, it always comes from the south. When in fact, it would come from the east. Right? So, a lot of the movies play it coming from the south for whatever reason. And again, depends on where it starts. It could come from the south if it was further, I don't know, in Africa, for example. But it would also come from it would be the southeast. It would come from the southeast, not just the south. And every movie where New York City gets flooded is directly from the south, and that's like virtually impossible. And I hope you guys were paying attention to that mini tsunami that was in California, where people were watching the wave. And I'm looking at the wave on the camera, and I'm like, what are they looking? Oh, shit. And then the one guy who was filming it, he's filming this wave coming at them, and this wave reached pretty far inland for it just to be a wave. And a lot of people were a little confused as to why it wasn't announced as a tsunami. I thought that was strange. But this guy ran a quarter of a mile, and the tsunami reached that wave, if you will, reached pretty far in. All right. So, again, guys, as far as the financial crisis coming, we're going to talk about that later tonight on the Angry Truth channel. A lot of economists are saying there's a storm brewing, there are bad things coming about. We could see a recession, though I swear we're in a recession right now. But we're going to talk about that a little bit, and what that means for the prepper community doesn't mean much. I don't think, guys, we have much to fear because we are ready. As a prepper community, that's what we do. We prepare for whatever's headed our way. We're not sitting here, guys, waiting for some shit to happen and then waiting to take action. We are getting ready ahead of time. Now, something that I've been noticing, I said this before, I will say it again. They're going to paint preppers as hoarders because people think that we are at supermarkets when the shit's about to go down, filling up our carts with all of the things that we need when we already had that ahead of time. Now, granted, some of us might top off our supplies if something's headed our way, but they try to paint us as the enemy because we like to prepare and get ready for whatever might be coming our way. They keep, like I said, they'll keep pegging us to be hoarders so that if they try to come and take our food, and that's either the government or the people, they have a reason to do it because we are hoarding food. That is a dangerous game they're playing, but nonetheless, it's a game they're playing. So we have to be a little more aware of that title because they're going to start pushing it more. Now, with food coming our way, guys, food shortage. We've had a food shortage crisis coming our way for I don't know how long now. And granted, we will see shortages in spurts. I don't think we're going to see a true food shortage yet. I think we'll see it in our lifetime. But I mean, guys, a true food shortage is where you go to the supermarket and the store's shelves are bare for weeks, if not months. Not days, weeks or months. And even me, I got caught up in the bullshit with my, with the channel and saying that there's a food shortage around the corner. And then slowly I started noticing, well, not here in the cities. And that's when I came up to the conclusion that cities are going to be well off for a longer period of time. And maybe out in the sticks, suburbs, rural areas, they're going to see the food shortages first. But even now, they're not seeing such because food's coming back in. So a food shortage or food crisis, we might not see it this year. But we're definitely going to see it in our lifetime. But I just don't think we're going to see that this year. A financial crash, I don't know. We're going to talk about it later, but I don't know if we're going to see that either. Because everything, guys, that everybody says is going to happen on YouTube has not happened. Now, granted, guys, you could throw shit against the wall and see what sticks. A broken clock is right twice a day. But I don't know what's going to happen. And that's the thing about these crises that are brewing. Are we going to see an all-out world war? No one knows. Nobody knows. There is something that people are talking about, and I'm starting to catch wind of, which we're going to mention on the Angry Truth channel, and that's illegal immigrants getting health care, which is happening in California. There's also talk of illegal immigrants getting full citizenship by just being here. And then illegal immigrants being able to get jobs like police officers or firefighters without being a citizen. Now, apparently, this already happened in California. There was an illegal immigrant who is now a police officer in California, and if I'm not mistaken, it's a female. She is not a citizen, but she is a police officer. I don't know if she's able to carry a gun because I think that was the catch, but still, she's a police officer, and they're going in that direction of making sure these people are well off before they get their citizenship. Now, again, California is doing it. I can see other states following suit. I don't see New York doing it because we have politicians that are fighting against, even Democrats are fighting against it. Now, Wolfmeal made a good point. The big problem, more likely, is not too much that there's a food shortage, is not being able to afford food. That's a good point. That's a very good point. Sorry, fucking this thing takes forever to catch up. All right. So yeah, the illegal problem, guys, it's because I don't know where to go with this. I really don't. I don't know why they would do that. We're going to talk about it a little later, again in the Angry Truth channel. But illegals are getting a lot of shit for free. And keep in mind, we have military vets that still got shit health care. We got people who don't have health care. I mean, the health care facilities, they break your balls when they can, you know? But illegal immigrants, I don't get it. Now, this is how you collapse the country? Probably so. You give them everything. And in fact, some of these people are also getting money. Not a stipend, but they're actually getting money. And again, military vets are having a fucking hard time making ends meet. So I don't know. And making them police officers, that's fucking insane. And that's the other thing, Sojourner. They're also talking about giving them voting status without being a legal citizen. Because what it does then, and this is for the 2024, what it does now is allows those people who are going to lose the election to win the election. Biden's in trouble, and how do you get a person like Biden to win? Well, you allow all these immigrants to come across the border freely. You give them everything they want. You give them jobs that they don't deserve. You give them health care. You give them money. You give them a place to live. And then they vote for you. That is what we're going to start seeing in the very near. And I would say this year. We would possibly see that this year. A lot of people are talking about it. And that police officer thing in California, I was like, oh shit, it could be happening. They could very well be getting these people lined up to vote for Biden and not Trump. And Trump, because he is already saying he's going to deport a lot of people, what is the better way than to get illegal immigrants, guys, to vote for the Democratic Party when you have your opposition telling you he's going to deport you if he gets elected? So, of course, they're going to unofficially legalize them and give them rights to vote. So when they vote, they'll vote for them, and that's how they win. Especially with the no voter ID thing, that's gonna be clutch, because now these people could vote as many times as they want. Because imagine now, you got no voter ID, you got illegal immigrants who don't have IDs for the most part, and if they do, you don't know if Juan Valdez, there's fucking 15 million Juan Valdez is standing behind them, right? So now you got all of these illegal immigrants who are here in the country, no ID, not a citizen, allowed to vote in certain states. Now, I don't think this is going to be in all 50 states, but it's definitely going to be in California. It's going to be in other liberal states, probably here in New York City. I mean, you know, I can see that happen. As far as them letting illegals be cops, I don't think so. But allowing them to vote, I see that happening. And that's probably going to be how Trump loses the election. Yeah, definition of insanity is government action. I can absolutely see all of this going down. Engineered chaos, Joe, that's like an understatement. I mean, this is all hell's going to break loose. Especially, guys, if it comes out that these illegal immigrants are allowed to vote in the election, and certain states like California has Biden leading by like an absorbent amount of people, people are going to catch on. And then what? That is going to be the fucking problem. And how do you correct that situation? Civil war. That's the only way you correct it. Because if Trump loses because of that, people are going to be up in arms, without a doubt. People are going to go ape shit if Biden wins because illegal immigrants voted for him. If you don't vote for, what is it? What did Biden say? If you don't vote for me, you're not black. And guess what, man? I am the whitest black man you know, because I ain't voting for him. And listen, there are a lot of black folks waking up. That's the other thing that I think the Biden administration saw, noticing this year. A lot of people are waking up. The black community, specifically, and Spanish, are waking up to the bullshit, to the Democratic bullshit. And a lot of people who were once wholeheartedly against Trump are voting for Trump this year. So go figure. I mean, a lot of people I know, you know, my son's mother. I mean, my son's mother in Queens, and sorry, Queens, Connecticut. She's voting for Trump. And though she doesn't like Trump, my my mother hates Trump, but that's not the point. But yeah, she doesn't. She's voting for Trump. So that should be that. A lot of people, guys, again, who were not a Trump fan, are switching over. And that BLM guy, he's voting for Trump, right? I mean, he's like, fuck that. He's like, these politicians, they're not for us. Biden's not for us. He is 1,000%, against the black community. And this is a BLM leader saying this shit. So it's all looking good, man. I mean, whatever. Baby mama. Yeah, I guess so. I can say baby mama, but I don't like saying that, actually. Why is Gina saying happy birthday, Angry Prepper? My birthday isn't until July. We are in January. 6 more months to go. Yeah, I'm not sure why she said happy birthday. That's weird. I have my son's birthday is January. That's for sure. And my brother's birthday's in January, but my birthday isn't in January. No, Joe. I'm sorry. Somebody was just saying that they're not voting at all. Yeah, no, I get it, Johnny. I get it. To not vote at all. But the listen, I obviously, guys, if Trump doesn't make the ballot or there's some bullshit that happens, I won't vote in this election at all either. But while Trump's name's on the Trump's name's still on the ballot, so in fact, guys, in Maine, cancer in Maine, Trump's name's back on the ballot in Maine. Trump's name is back on the ballot. Why do people keep saying happy birthday? It's not my birthday. Anyway, Trump's name is back on the ballot in Colorado, so they just couldn't kick him off. Get the wives together, get all the ladies together, and get out of New York City. That's the plan, man. That is the plan. Happy live stream, Jason. Happy birthday. You guys are fucking out of your mind. Happy early birthday. Thank you. Anyway, holy shit. No, someone said, I bet he's a Leo. I'm a Cancer, not a Leo. So I'm a pain in the fucking ass. I know when I'm being a pain in the ass. But, holy shit. Anyway, so let's say Cancer. Wow. It's the chair's birthday? Yeah, the chair is officially. It's probably the chair's birthday. It's probably bought then. Yeah, this chair still has a little life left in it. If I could sleep in this chair's still good. Star Fury says birthday's in July, but he's a Leo. Yeah, man, I'm a Cancer. Happy unbirthday. Thank you, Fluster. Tiger said he's also Cancer. And then Sharit Rubble, if Rubble says pizza at your birthday party. Yeah, that'd be cool. How do you say your name? Shateria? Yeah, pizza party, guys, on my birthday in July. I'm not telling you guys the date. Absolutely not. We'll just have to fucking figure it out together come July. Yeah, this chair was on the street corner, and I picked it up. You know, I was like, oh, look at this little chair. He's lonely. He needs help. He needs someone to sit in it, and I bought it. This chair was. I got to show you how this chair peels. It's fucking insane. It looks like AIDS or leprosy. This chair's having. The chair could be carbon dated. You're probably right. Earth is still. And here we go with the flat earthing bullshit. I listen. Oh my god. I don't want to get started on the flat earther shit, but a lot of flat earthers are being proven wrong, and they're still fighting the argument. Still fighting the argument. Scotty Trash to Treasure says his birthday's on the 24th. Very good. Cancer's a water sign. Yeah. Yeah, but anyway, the whole flat earther shit, man, I was somebody brought it to my attention. It was like an article on like all the points why Earth is not flat, and people are still arguing it. And it brings me to the conversation of information, guys. And information right now is dangerous on the internet. It's everywhere. It's all over the place. It's in your fucking sleep. It's on your phone. And the problem with it is a lot of us are getting false information about shit, and we are sticking with whatever we found out, right? So again, the Earth not being flat. Flat earthers are being proven wrong on a daily basis, and they've refused to let go of the fact that the Earth is flat. They think it's flat. They're going to die on a hill that is flat, even being proven wrong. You can put them in a shuttle, shoot them out into space, and be like, "Oh, Project Bluebeam. That's why it's round." They're playing with my brain to make me believe it's sphere or globe shape. I'm like, there are people that refuse to wake up to information, or changing information rather. Someone just said something about satellite just proves the Earth is round. What happened to Johnny the Dickface? Johnny the Dickface is in hibernation. It's wintertime. Leave him alone. Someone said the Earth isn't flat. I never knew. But yeah, my point is, guys, is that a lot of people are going to hang on to whatever information. So, for example, you have something in the back of your head, right? You're theorizing something in the back of your head. Then you get more people to join that conversation, right? Like on whatever the subject is. And the subject is, Michael Jackson's an alien, right? And you're going to hang on to that because you're like, look how he moves. Who moonwalks like that? It's got to be an alien, right? And then you get other people to join that conversation that Michael Jackson's an alien. As it goes on, people keep saying it. You keep thinking it's true. And then when people prove that he's not an alien because he was born here on Earth or whatever it is, you refuse to believe it. Because in your head, you wholeheartedly believe that Michael Jackson's an alien. It's the same thing as the Earth is flat. These people will never let go of the fact that it's round. They will die. They will go to it. They will go to their grave with the fact that the Earth is flat, because they don't want to fucking look at anything else other than that. And that's the same thing with any information out there, guys. You got the whole, what is it? The QAnon people. Those people sit there and believe that Trump was going to save America. that he was going to hide out in a tunnel somewhere, and during the inauguration, he was going to have the military arrest Biden during the inauguration. These people wholeheartedly believe this shit. These people believed that Trump was going to square the country away, and that they wholeheartedly believed Trump was going to win the election, and that rather that not that he won, that he won the election, and that he was going to do something else to show that he won. There was, I mean, the QAnon people believe some crazy shit. You know, I mean, the Pizzagate thing, I sort of believe that, not 100% on it. There was another one, was it IKEA or some shit like that? There was that thing that I started seeing the connections with it as well. But still, when you have hard facts staring you in the face and you refuse to address it, that's a problem. And now, guys, this election is going to be troublesome, very troublesome, because we all see that he's going to win this election, the 2024. If he loses this election, something's got to give. Something has got to go down. Roger Goodman. Oh, okay. Roger Goodman knows the date. But yeah. So anyway, guys, I can't wait for the election. I really can't. Thank you, Johnny. I can't wait for the election. I can't wait for to see what direction this is going to go in. I mean, if Trump doesn't make the ballot or they take him off the ballot, that's going to be troublesome. If he runs, he's going to win. So how are they going to not make him win? That is a bigger question. What can happen? Now, I think assassination. That's just something in the back of my head. That's the only route they can go at this point. We shall see. We shall see where this is going to go. Well, the USA, we are going back to the moon. Anyway, according to NASA, we're going back to the moon. We shall see. I think we were pulled off the moon for a certain reason. But again, that's conspiracy theory shit. He's going to win. We'll see. We'll see whether or not he's going to win. I see something. If he stays in the election and he starts winning, something's got to give. Because these people are not going to allow it to happen. We have to wait and see, man. We have to wait and see what happens with this election. Democrat Jay from 1519 has come a long way. Yeah, yeah. Well, listen, I wasn't that democratic, man. I mean, when I was in my early 20s and late teens, I was a Democrat. That is, sorry. I'm not anymore, man. You know, I'm still registered as a Democrat for certain reasons. Allows me to vote in certain elections, but yeah, I'm not a Democrat. Like, not at all, man. But yeah, guys, this year, as far as the election goes, this should be a crazy year. As far as natural disasters go, I think we're going to see some interesting shit. Now, of course, the Farmer Almanac, for those of you that live in the United States, they were talking about us having a very snowy winter. We shall see. Now, that being said, everybody should be getting ready for a bad winter. Whether we have one or not, irrelevant. Just get ready for it. You know, some are seeing bad snowstorms, and again, I'm waiting to see how bad that's going to get. I don't think we should be nervous. As preppers, we should never be nervous. As preppers, we are always ready, so we don't have to worry about snowstorms. But if you are just getting ready or this is new to you, start putting shit away. Now, I'm not saying go crazy. I'm not saying lose your shit. You know, start standing in the middle of the street screaming about snowstorms and running out to get milk and bread. Just get ready slowly, right? Supposedly there's a storm headed this way this weekend. That's supposed to be a massive storm, according to the weatherman. just get ready. Just get a couple of items. You just need something to last a couple days. Chinook, yes, I've heard of cloud seeding. Cloud seeding is actually bad. Cloud seeding destroys clouds, natural effects, because it's taking moisture from one area and bringing it to another and forming clouds there, getting rid of clouds somewhere else. Clouds are dissipating in this country, on this planet, according to a couple scientists 20 years ago. And interestingly enough, no one's talking about it. But yeah, cloud seeding will accelerate the extinction of clouds, if that makes sense. So anyway, with that, guys, just be prepared. Like I said, they talked about this snowstorm that's coming. Whatever. Again, if you're ready, you shouldn't be nervous. If you're ready, you should be okay. So I'm going to start the Angry Truth channel at 9:05. And then I'm going to do about 10, 15 minutes. Get off of there. Take a shower. Go to sleep and dream of pizzas dancing in my head. Because I'm trying to get past this hunger point. Supposedly, the way it works, the first 24 hours, you're going to be hungry. And after that, the hunger is going to subside. We will see. I'm also, according to a lot of people, too big to be doing this diet. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes. If you guys don't see me Thursday night or Friday night, that's because I'm laying on the floor in hunger pangs, dreaming of pizza. And the thing is, when you do a diet like this, guys, oh God. Anyway, I tell you, my son's mother in Queens loves to break my fucking balls when I do my 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 live streams. But anyway, when you're leaving this diet, when you're coming out of the diet, rather, sorry, you shouldn't eat heavy. So I'm thinking Five Guys, pizza. I can't have that once I'm done with the diet. I can only have smoothies, soup, maybe boiled egg, like 2 boiled eggs, and I have to gradually get back into eating heavy. I can't go from not eating for 48 to 72 hours to eating a fucking burger, which I'm going to stop talking about food. I'm not going to stop talking about food because it's just going to make matters worse. Sorry. my son's mother or my baby mama from Connecticut. I don't know why I keep saying Queens. There's nothing in Queens. Why are we on a diet? Falcon, we're on a diet because I want to shed some weight. And supposedly the fast realigns everything in the body or gets everything back on track. Oh boy. It gets everything back on track, and I'm trying to see what works. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see whether or not I'm laying on the fucking ground Thursday night crying or not. You know what? Falcon, I wasn't a big fan of boiled eggs until recently. When I started doing this other diet, I started eating boiled eggs. I like boiled eggs now. Like, I'm all about it. Yeah, I'm not going to think of food anymore. First of all, Connecticut doesn't have awesome pizza. That's New York. Though, where was I? I had really good pizza, and I wasn't in New York. It might have been PA, but there was some good fucking pizza. I'm like, oh, this shit's pretty good. Albert, yes, I'm still rocking. I haven't rocked actually in the last couple weeks, but I'm getting back into it. I'm getting back to doing those videos on the Angry Prepper Fitness channel. But anyway, guys, it is 10 o'clock. I will see you guys, or some of you guys, on the Angry Truth channel in a little bit. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching, and I will see the rest of you guys, the Angry Truth. For those coming back on the Angry Prepper, I think I'll be on Friday night, Thursday night or Friday night, one of the two. All right, guys. Other than that, thank you for watching. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for dealing with my bullshit, and I'll see you guys in a few minutes. No, Kathy, not Bayonne, New Jersey. I would never go there to eat pizza in Jersey. I'd rather lick Rosie O'Donnell's ass and eat pizza in New Jersey. Anyway, See you guys later.